And our first expert here to my right is Dr. Viktoriya. She is the founder and managing director of Victory Cross-Culture Consulting. She is a certified intercultural business trainer and accredited export consultant. Her main areas of work are Eastern Europe, especially the Ukraine and Russia. And she has extensively worked in foreign investments in these areas. She provides consulting for companies wishing to expand their business activities to Eastern Europe, and also provides training for managers in the area. Dr. Zipa gained her doctoral degree from the University of Economics in Vienna and wrote a dissertation about foreign direct investment in the Ukraine. So we're very happy to have you here today and share your theoretical and even more practical experiences in the field of international intercultural management.
We offer also cross-cultural trainings, the whole scale of cross-cultural camp, but the most important thing, country-specific areas, which we cover are Eastern European countries and German-speaking countries, and I would recommend each company really to invest time and money to prepare the employees before going international. This is the best way, and also, if it's possible, for example, do the trainings in the with the native speakers. Well, for example, I engage new trainers who is not able to speak in both languages. For example, if it's Austria, Serbian training, something like that, then the trainer must be able to talk in both languages and grew up, for example, also in both countries. It's a key for success.
I would like to move on and ask Dr. Zipa to explain a little bit about cultural dimensions and also what sort of personal and experiences you have had in your extensive international encounters and business relations.
Thank you very much, it's my pleasure. Also to have all of you as an audience today. Maybe first some comments to the topics we discussed. I think globalization is very important to understand that globalization influences all of us on one hand, because all of us, we must adapt. The communities must adapt. The people, each person in the world must adapt. Himself, all of us, ourselves, also the companies. But on the other hand, globalization influence and change also the national cultures. If it would not be at the moment, if not the globalization, we would not see how fast and quick the national cultures are able to change themselves and to adapt themselves to some foreign cultures and nations. And also maybe important thing from my side, that culture consists of a lot of layers, different parts. And national culture is what we are talking about today, is only one part of a culture definition. Yeah, there is a family culture, corporate culture, and national culture. And talking about cultural dimensions, we are also talking about national culture. So it's a description, or these are criteria which helps us to understand, or gives us a quicker way to understand cultures around the world on the basis of the same criteria. So that means, for me, the cultural dimensions is a possibility, or like an instrument to know or to discover, to explore new countries and new nations. A little bit quicker, let me say, yeah. But important thing to understand that these descriptions, or which we have through, or with the help of cultural dimensions, they help us to understand the majority of the people in this country, but not all of them. That means you must keep in mind, if you have a description of one country, then you can talk this is a tendency which shows you how the majority of the people in this country think, how they live, what are their values, but not all people. Don't try to use it for as a description or like a guide for each person in this country. Okay, I think I will start with a couple of dimensions. The first one, maybe individualismus and collectivismus. This cultural dimension shows us which countries around the world are more like we culture, that means, and which one are me culture, that means collectivistic cultures, which you can find in some, for example, Eastern European countries, not in all of them, because they change, these are countries which change a lot, the national cultures, but collectivistic cultures are cultures that the people try to keep more together,